Good morning. Good morning. Whoa, what? No lips? I forgot to put my lipstick on. That's all the channel. That's all the title. We're just hanging around, chilling and chatting, catching up today, hanging out with all of you because we promise we go live every Wednesday and every Saturday. But I kind of missed a day. I was at the Dragonfly house. Totally got distracted. Oh my, what a time I had. We're going to catch up with that. Drake's going to catch us up on his garden grow. But first, we're going to get into some dabs. Drake, how are you today?
It's been a busy morning, off to a great start. Had a couple dabs, ready for a few more. And then I'm, off to feeding and foliar and all sorts of fun stuff. Transplanting, foundational on the soil. We got all sorts of stuff to jump into.
Yes. And Dee says first, hi, y'all. Hello, Dee. Good morning. Good morning to you, my friend. D. Hey, you know, something I got really cool. I got this whipped cream thing. I don't know. I'm old to this. I've never had one of these things before. You put like this little CO2 card on the end right here, and you put your milk or your cream or whatever in here, and then you get some nice whipped cream on your coffee that's not like nasty. So I mixed mine with 40% creamer and coconut milk. Yeah, it's really good.
Interesting. Nice.
Loving it. Loving it. And then I put honey in there because, you know, I don't like to use less sugar. I'm really trying to, get rid of that sugar in my health life out there. So let's take some dabs. Are you going to be dabbing this morning with us, Drake? Of course you're going to be dabbing with us this morning, Drake.
Yeah, I'm going to jump into black garlic first.
Dumb question that I just asked. Drake was pressing y'all yesterday. Oh, by the way, y'all see my press is gone. Yes, but Drake has his press. Drake was pressing last night. What were you pressing, Drake? You got some nice returns.
Oh, yeah, we pressed black garlic and nukin, both sun-grown. Sorry for the crinkles. Oh, it looks like a little smiley face is what I've got left here, but it's not super smiley. It's more sad that I keep ripping pieces off to dab. But here's some of the black garlic. All right, for flour, it was pressed at about 185, something like that. Nice nose, nice taste, but flour rosin is what it is. And same with this nukin, but a little bit nicer yield. We're talking closer to like 25%. Well over 20% at least from first press. So again, decent for flour. This stuff's a little bit darker. And apologies for the crinkles, but such is the way of life with the rosin. It's decent, but the nose on this is absurd for flour rosin. This nukin is special. It's very, very loud. Like there's anyone that's ever had this cultivar in their life would instantly be like, oh wow, that's nukin. No way. And
really? Like it's obvious, huh?
Overpowering in the dab too. Like it overpowers the floral aspect, but it doesn't look nearly as nice as that.
Well, I'm going in on Mendo breath. I didn't do this myself. I wish I did. Soon, I will be doing my own product soon. I let two dogs borrow my press and my freeze dryer. So I took that down there to Eugene and
you gave your press to Snoop Dogg?
Snoop Dogg, two dogs.
Oh, two dogs. Yes, everyone's got to check out Two Dogs if you don't know. Two Dogs has some amazing gear going on. Awesome dude. And it looks like he's going to be processing some hash thanks to Tara.
Yeah. I wasn't going to be using it for 3 weeks. I know for sure. I've got some places I've got to set up. I'm getting ready to get my, room all set up to do all my hashing. Nice, Drake. And so I figured, why not let a friend borrow it? Hook up a friend, And so I was headed down to the Dragonfly Earth Medicine House to spend with the family down there and in Eugene. And that's where he lives and hangs out. So I met him down there. We hung out. We squished some flour. I also squished some flour of Kenny's. I'll be dabbing that here in a little bit. I'll show y'all. And we had a great time. Super excited. Yeah. Nice time. So lucky, man. I can't believe Dragonfly, you guys, if you're not already following them, I know all you are in chat, but if you're new to this channel, you're tuning in, you don't follow the Dragonfly family, you need to be, because let me tell you, they just turned over their whole house in Eugene and let their whole families, all of the Dempure families come and stay. They wanted to come stay. They're going to be doing this like once a month for their community. I think that's amazing. They truly give back to their community. They're just the nicest people. Cheers, y'all.
Yeah, the black garlic's nice. Definitely has a bit of the garlicky vibe, a little sweetness to it. But from this sun-grown from the press, it's a bit more floral. I'm a little bit more picky with it, not quite as is pleased overall. I get really good effects and everything, but just a little bit of that planty vibe. You got to be careful with the temperatures or you'll get a little chazzy. And the same goes for the Nukin, but just the taste, the profile. It's almost too caustic.
Woo.
You know, those very specific profiles, some of the lemons and some of those like kind of like the menthol vibes, any of those, they start to be really harsh on the throat. The oranges. And that Nukin is a mix of rotting fruit and just this interesting sweet mango-y vibe. But yeah, it's very, very harsh in a sense.
Wow. Well, I have to say, I really prefer cured flour that's turned into hash. This is great. You know, the color I just showed you guys, the Mindo breath, has some great terpenes on it, but after smoking all of this hash this weekend, I got to smoke some of my friend Kenny's hash. Let me show you what we've got left of it. I got barely a little bit left of his. It was so good. Right there. I think it was, I can't remember the name of this one. I'm gonna have to have Kenny on and we're gonna have to talk about what.
Yeah, we will.
Because I got a whole bag of seeds. Look at this, you guys. This was like, I showed up at the Dragonfly house and like sent me a whole bag of seeds. I can't believe what they gave me. So I definitely want to meet with people and be giving those away because I'm never going to grow all those. And it's so awesome to have people freely give you stuff that I just want to pass it on to everybody. If you are in the Eugene area or in Portland area, Salem area, we're going to be working on a group getting together to go down there probably once a month. As a collective and working on some things for them. And I'm going to be traveling through that area. So I don't mind hooking up with you guys. If you guys want to have a sesh somewhere, you want to do a seed swap, I would love to. I'd love to set that up. So let me know.
That's exciting. Exciting for everyone on the other side of that darn invisible wall. I
know. You know, well, so I've been talking to him and we've got a lot of stuff in the future going on. We're looking at putting a basket together, a Dempure basket. So once a year, we'll put a basket together and there'll be a limited release. So people can partake in that if they want to send those out as gifts and stuff. We've got a lot of cool stuff going on. And then there's going to be money that's going to go from those baskets to actually be donated to medical patients and give them a basket as well. So we're looking at donating and giving back through some of this stuff. And I'm really excited to be able to work with this group.
That sounds great. And yeah, anything to do with the collective is always fantastic. Oh, mic down, camera down.
Camera down.
I tugged on the wrong cord.
Good morning, Mr. Magoo. Hello, Perpetual. Good morning, Pebble River. How are you?
Good morning.
What's up, John, my friend, Mr. Maddox? How are you today? What y'all smoking on out there? I don't think I asked you yet. What you got? What you smoking? Yes, Dragonfly does rock. Do they not? They do rock. They're like the best. They sent me a whole bunch of free nutrients. They sent me like cocoa. They give it out. They like at the Emerald Cup. They literally sit there and serve hot cocoa to everybody. Well, they used to at the hot cocoa at their teepee. So bummed that the Emerald Cup didn't go on, you know, or isn't going on like it was. Yeah, they're not very active on their Discord. I will say that. Okay, so we've got to realize.
Sounds a lot like somebody I know.
Yeah, me. I'm not very active either. So we've got to think, okay, so you've got to realize that Discord is it was originally for gamers, okay? So you're trying to take a gamer world, like people sit on their PC all day and they're inside, and you're trying to take these hippies that are out on their farms that don't even know what Discord is, and you're trying to get them to react and do things on that. They're busy on their farm. They don't sit here like we do at the computer, like you guys think they, you know, they're not on, you know, even though they're on Instagram, they're rarely on Instagram. They're there, they post in, and then they're like off, they're doing stuff. They're really an active family and a community. So a lot of these people don't understand really what Discord is. I didn't even understand Discord when I first got onto it. It's different for people. So you got to understand, you guys are like kind of ahead of the game. You know, we're all kind of ahead of the game. We're talking about cannabis and terpenes and flavonoids and shit that people don't even know about. People don't even understand about cannabis yet. So we're all going to be teachers of it someday. And everybody sets an example every day of the cannabis community. And I just really, really think that we need to really be more aware of that. What are you doing, Drake?
Dusting off this little dabber, the little slab assassin it's called. They're cool little rigs.
Okay, so did you you're like how come you're dusting this off? Like breaking out something new? What?
I just grabbed this other one and was like, wait a minute, I haven't been using my little slab assassin for a while.
Oh, okay.
So I figured I'd pull it out, and I couldn't find it, you know, the whole rigmarole. So now we're ready to dab again.
Nice, let's do it. Although I didn't clean my banger out. Damn it. I hate when I don't clean my banger out. It was really fun. I traveled to the Dragonfly home. I was the only one that bought dab rigs. I'm the only one that was there kind of, you know, holding it down with the dabs. But people showed up with some nice dabs. Kenny showed up with some. Oh, no, wait. Kenny had a dab rig, but Kenny took his home. Kenny had a dab rig at the first night. That's right. And then Kenny left and I was there with the dab rig. That's right. That's what it was. But I brought 3 rigs, of course. So, you know, I was able to let people share and try it out and do different stuff. And then I brought my hash rosin from Washington here that I'm able to have. Hopefully next time I'll be able to bring my own hash. Good morning, Amadeus. Yeah, I get you, Mr. Magoo. All right.
I have to go out and check on my JMS soon, see how it's doing, how it's coming along. I'm at the beckon of it. I did it right at my room temperature, which is, let's say, 28 or so Celsius, 84, 83 around there, give or take. So it should be ready very soon. So I'm going to have to keep my eye on that, and that's when I'm going to be bound to pop.
Did you go over pressing? You had mentioned to me, I forgot, I wanted to talk about this. You mentioned pressing about, you pressed this stuff out before and it didn't press out very well. And then this time it pressed out amazing. Like you got a lot more return. Did you just talk about that? On like maybe rehydrating it with those Boost or Bovitas or?
So the product specifically was, I think this out the black garlic that we're talking about. Here, I'm going to jump in on this dab of the Nukin first.
Yeah, go for it. Don't waste the dab. Hell yeah, that's
we're not wasting anything. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
John's making bubble. Nice, John. What's John going to be bubbling? What's your first cultivar you're going to be bubbling, John? You know, I think the forums are quiet because people really want to hang out in person or they want to hang out in video chat. There's a lot of active Discords out there, you guys, lots of active Discords that have video feeds that are going on. I know there's lots of them out there. So if you're, you know, you're missing it, you want to hang out with different people, there's different active Discords. There's also people hanging out on Zoom all the time. There's people still hanging out over on that. What's that one app that was the Clubhouse app? I still get invitations to that. That's not my thing. Definitely not into the Clubhouse app. That's definitely not my thing. I don't know. Are any of you guys doing that in the Clubhouse app? I'm just curious.
Anyways, in regards to the pressing, it was the black garlic, and right after it was dried, not cured yet at all, so just dried, and to 58 or even a little bit less. It was a little bit over dried in my opinion, just because I was working on the environment it was being dried in. The fan was a little over powerful. But nonetheless, it was right around 58% is what the hygrometer said. The only difference from then to now is it's had time to cure, and the Bovida that I put in there, which I generally wouldn't do, was just a 62. And that's because I knew I was going to be pressing all this stuff. And we always like to go a little bit higher of humidity than less. I would be leaving it right at the 62 generally once I'm that far through the drying process, let's say. So to recap, if I was drying and trying to press something and I wanted it to be at 62% humidity when I was pressing it, I dry it very slowly until the point where the environment it's drying in no longer goes above 62% once it gets down to 62%. So have meters in a couple different spots in your drying tent or drying room, whatever you have. Watch them as soon as it goes down to 62 on both, or 61, 62 on them. Then turn everything off in the room, let the humidity climb back up based off of the humidity that's still inside of the buds. And once you get to a point where it gets down to 62, but no longer goes above 63 after say 5 or 6 hours of not having any extraction of air from the tent, imagining this is a sealed setup that you've got, then it's right at the right levels. And that's when I would press. This time I let it get down to 58 or even a little bit lower. So I had to bring it right back up. Generally, the Bovidas, the way we use them is to keep a consistent level of humidity on product that's already at that level. So it's not like I'm taking product that's 65% and bringing it down to 58, or taking product that's 52% and bringing it up to 58. It doesn't really work great for those purposes. It will work in a sense, but that's when you start to see a lot of these different claims coming out about how there's a multitude of ways that these affect the product. It's because then you're actually taking, utilizing what's inside. So say if for a Bovida, if you weigh your Bovidas every time, you make sure they weigh exactly what the package is supposed to weigh, so you know that it's going to be at the proper humidity it says it's at. If it gets a little bit low because you've been using it on product that's a little bit dry, you can rehydrate them with soft water. So then it's essentially just that plus the product itself that self-regulates the humidity. But generally these packs can get old. They'll take in other scents, other profiles, and not actually be at the humidity they're supposed to be. And then when you continuously use them without, really knowing that, like I have in the past, you can start to be like, I was like, does this product not smell as good? Like, did it take some of my terps or something? And then other times it wouldn't, like there's just inconsistencies. And then I realized it was just maybe me in the way I'm using it and not following the spec sheet, for instance. But nonetheless, rabbit holed hard on you. The whole point is supposed to be about the pressing. So with the pressing, it went from like, let's say 13%, 14% on the black garlic, closer to like the 16 to 20. I'm just correlating it to the humidity difference, right? Going from the 58 or a little bit lower, even up to the 62%. But it's also, a possibility that with this specific plant, the curing affected it too. So we'll see. Generally, when you press right away, you get better returns, are what I'm used to, though. It wouldn't necessarily go the opposite way. And, the longer you wait.
Well, so humidity matters when you're pressing. I can't stress that enough. Two Dogs had brought some flour over, and it didn't have enough humidity. I knew it wasn't going to press well. And we pressed it anyways. We didn't get a great return out of it, but there was crystals all over it. Like it's beautiful. It's literally that it was just too dry. Now there's other product that if you don't see any crystals on there, what the hell are you going to press it for? Because there's nothing going to come out of it. So it's fire in, fire out. It's still the same thing, you guys. It's not something that this is like something that, a press is going to turn some material into something that it's not. So just keep that in mind. And oh my God, that was another thing. So Two Dogs brought over he had a big jar, the what is it, the 1.5 gallon or what are they, half gallon, whatever they are, the bigger ones. And he had it wasn't totally full, but it was, some fresh ones off the top. And he was like, wow, you had to squeeze that much. And that's all we got out of it. So it's really important to have your product at right humidity, so you're not wasting all that. that's a waste to me.
And test your product. Some products, just due to the different thickness of like wax membrane on the heads and stuff, they don't press well. They might work
And
great
some
bubble,
hotter,
smoke.
Gotta run the temperature up, some of those that are hotter. Definitely if your material is drier, you're gonna have to run it up hotter, which is gonna, off gas some of those chirpings, and you're gonna miss them.
I've got this outdoor nukin, which I think is on my Instagram a ways back. It's not gonna come in, insane here, but you can, there's a bit of dust on the bag, let's call it, some heads on there, but it's not too insane, right? It's not visually overwhelming or any of that stuff. Whereas the black garlic, you can check that on some of my recent posts, it's really nice looking. Like, it's a standard hype, like there's trikes on trikes, just caked. It's beautiful. It sparkles. It's pressing at about 16.5, 17.5, depending on how I screw around first press, which is not horrible, but it's not great either.
Dude, I got like really nice. 5% on one of my cultivars one year, like literally.
Yeah, this sun-grown nukin that doesn't, like, you would scoff. No, I don't think there's many people, if you weren't able to like smell it and look at it much, that would ever, like, you would like, it'd be like 1 out of 10 times someone would pick this. It presses down to 25% first press each time, and it's just due to the different heads, due to the different structure. You would visually, you'd be like, there's 10 times more heads on this one. I'm going to pick that one no matter what. It doesn't matter how it presses. There's got to be more. Just doesn't work that way always. So, do test presses with the washing. You can do the little tiny test washes, get a little bit of your water and shake some bud in there, a little ice water, shake some bud in there, and then see how much residue you have. And once you start doing it with enough different cultivars, even if you really anally start marking if you do enough that you can get a little line, or you just get familiar with the process, you'll start to be able to discern which ones have more, which ones have less, and then you don't have to waste as much product. Because as Sarah mentions, it almost is, it is wasting. If you're not able to utilize it after, especially if you squish everything, you get less than 5% return. It comes out to be more expensive for, like, when you factor in the oil, it's astronomically more expensive than it would be to just go pick it up. And it's like, what do I do? That's not good, right? You need to have a back.
And that's why people so everybody was like, before in Washington State as a dispensary, like, you couldn't get fresh product or solventless product. It literally was like BHO was literally all that was really on the market, and it was really hard to get. And if you could get it, it was really expensive. It was like at $90 to $120 a gram. Now I pay $45. Okay. Big difference. People would say, well, why don't you just go buy their flour, and why don't you just squish it? Well, because you never knew what return you were going to get. At least if I buy this, I know I have a gram. Like, as a medical patient, I can't go buying flour and hope that it's going to turn out, and press. And especially the way they trim it on the market. Oh my gosh, they trim all the trichomes off. They've already used all that. So we won't go there. But I want to talk to chat for a minute. Great info on pressing someone. Mr. Magoo said, you're welcome. But I wanted to go back to Mark Hoag's comment. He says, just use a raw stone to rehydrate drier weed. I think that raw stone is a really cool technique. I love that you talked about that, Mark. Cool technique. Kind of forgot about that. Clay pots. If you have a broken clay pot, you can use a chunk of a clay pot. They actually make little, one of those clay rehydrating balls, I bet would work. That you actually grow with. A clay ball. Throw that in there. Rehydrate your pot. The thing is, also keep in mind, what did I do with all mine? Okay, right here. Keep in mind all these little humidity thingies that you get, the temperature thingies. Every year you need to really change those batteries. They really fluctuate. And check them out, because I ordered some that were way off from another one, and my friends were way off from mine. So yeah, it was kind of, wow. I'm not quite sure how consistent these are. And 10 degrees or 10%, that's mold. 10% is mold. Like, it's that difference of your product not making it. So
63%, I don't know, 64% instead of 62%, you're looking at mold if you leave it there for too long and you don't, I don't know.
No, but I mean, like 10% off of whatever fluctuation, 10% is mold. Like, that's, yeah, that's what I meant, not just 10%.
Oh yeah, no, even less. That's like that 10%. Yeah,
what a 5
huge
fluctuation. Yeah.
Jam back.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh yes. They did. They used stones on the ships to keep tobacco hydrated. I didn't know that, Sammy. Very cool. Good morning, Captain Calmac. How are you? Yes, medical mushrooms. You do. Definitely. Definitely. Yes, medical mushrooms are amazing. Medicinal mushrooms, all fungus, dude, fungus among us. Oh, I was going to show you guys my clones back here. By the way, I took some clones when I left of my Congo, and I threw them in my nice little cloner over here. I was going to show you, I have roots already. I literally can't believe it. All I did, dunk it in aloe. Look at that. Look at that. Woo! That's on the Congo. There you go. That was, look at, right in a week. Right there, right before I left. I got clones ready to go. There we go. Super excited. I can't believe that turned out really good. Got another one back here. Pull that one up. Woo! That one doesn't have as many roots on it though. That one has way more roots. Might have to examine that and take a look at that. Yeah, that one had way more roots. Let's see what these ones look like. That one doesn't have as many roots either. That one don't either. That's crazy. That's the only one that has the most roots that I happen to pull out. I think that's crazy. I didn't even check them before I pulled them out. I knew they had roots though. They are ready to rock. Yes, I know. I need to get them planted. And I also have some other plants in here that Red River gave me that I am going to also be cloning them next. Those are going to be going in the clone machine. So I have a big mom in here of the Congo that I don't know what to do with her. Like, I don't want to flower her out, but like, she's just like getting too big and I want to like replace her with some small clones. So I don't know. I wish I knew someone here that wanted her. I don't know what to do. What do you do with your moms, Drake, after you don't want them anymore? Just turn them into compost, Drake? What do we do?
Interesting. I think I'm getting a little bit of lag, or maybe vice versa.
What happened?
Generally retire them though. You just got to retire them and either flower them out or give them the axe and utilize them to make more fertilizer and reuse that medium, whatever it was. But yeah, they only stick around for a relatively short period of time and then just clone them out. And
okay, Drake, something's going on with your internet. Oh, I knew it. I'm like, he's gonna bounce. I knew it. I'm like, something's going on with his internet. Drake just got some new internet stuff and apparently it's not working. I need to put this dome back over here before I forget. This turbo cloner literally is so easy, you guys. It's the one that has the fan on it. I took the fan off though. Right now it's not on because it's really noisy and I just took it off. And I'm going to clean it all out and then plan it as soon as I get off here. So, they're really easy. I can't believe how easy they are. Literally throw them in there and put a light on them and leave them and walked out, left them. I left them light on 24 hours on them and left them. It's crazy how easy it is. Drake, what's up with your internet? You're back, buddy. What's up? Maybe he's back. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know what's going on with it. I'm getting two different stories here.
Uh-oh.
It's telling me I'm over 230 megabytes download and 120 upload, but that doesn't necessarily matter. But it should be good. Should be good. But either way.
You don't sound good. But and I had to show you my Bob Ross. Bob Ross didn't do so well. He's got a few hairs. Hubby doesn't do so well taking care of plants. But thank God he does great at taking care of my animals. My husband, thank you, honey, because you watch my shows. I know you support me. Thank you, honey, for taking care of my precious animals. He hates my geese and he hates my chickens. Hates them, like literally hates them. He literally goes out and scraped off a thing of the snow so that they could have grass to eat. Yeah, he loves me. He does love me. Drake, are you back? I see you.
That's a start, so we'll find out.
Okay.
Either way, I'll have to jump somewhat soon to start.
Well, I was just gonna
anyway.
say, I think we've had an awesome time chatting with everybody. As I say, do you want to dab one out? And I will throw, what I'll do is I'll throw the Zoom link out in chat. So if anybody wants to jump on and hang out, I got half a cup of coffee that I want to drink and have some more dabs. And then I'm going to get to planting. So I'll hang out for another half hour or 45. If anybody wants to jump on and hang out a little bit after the show. Like I said, I want to do this more often with the community. I think it's a way to connect without having to go out and expose ourselves to anything that might be unhealthy for us. And we should take advantage of these things as a community. So let's dab, shall we? Heating up, y'all. What are you smoking with me? Is anybody smoking joints? What are you smoking? Flower, dabs? How are you partaking today? Would love to hear about it. And you know what? I can reheat that because I got quite a bit in there. I'm just going to add to it and do a cold start. That's what I'm going to do. That's another thing I don't like to do. I don't like to waste good dabs. You know, it's like, man. Yeah, Bob Ross the painter. Yeah. It's Bob Ross the painter. There you go. It's my Chichia pet. I bought myself it just a while back. I've never had a Chichia pet. So yeah, it's Bob Ross. And okay, so Bob Ross is kind of special to me, kind of funny. I actually dressed up as Bob Ross a couple Halloweens ago, if you go back and watch it on my thing. And I had my paint board was rosin, had rosin. I have it hanging up somewhere. I put it somewhere. I still have it. And my grandparents are painters and artists. And this actually happens to be my grandmother did this. This is the last piece that she did for me. She copied a card, a Christmas card, and she hand did all that with just pencil. And my grandparents were oil painters, is who they were for a long time, and they did that as hobbies. Never as money. I don't think they ever made any money. I think it was literally as hobbies and gave it away to Fritz. But my grandfather did these beautiful paintings of ocean scenery. And I just love the ocean. And he was able just to capture those beautiful turquoise waves and the foam and the froth. And my grandmother, she was more into like the flowers and the bouquets, which she has the green thumb. And hopefully I got that from her, because she was an amazing flower person. And if my grandma could have grown pot, oh my God, I bet she would have had trees like John Maddox out there. All right, y'all, I'm going to cold start this one. Drake already hit one up. Any final words for the day, Drake?
Make sure to have a great day, as always. Be as positive as possible. We've got plenty of negative filling up the space, so let's handle the positive. We can chalk that up and be a team together. But mainly get out there, do some growing if you can, do some puffing, medicate, relax, but get that work done. Don't relax too much. Do it in between. Do it in an appropriate manner so that at the end of the day, you're feeling great about yourself. And that's the true relaxation.
Well said, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know. Ramble.
Well said.
Thanks for tuning in. We love it, appreciate it. Even just for a simple little sesh, chat about a few things. Get some dabs in. Try and clean up these tools.
Yes. So y'all have a wonderful day. And we'll see you on the next live. As always, peace and love. Till then.